Hi wine friends and happy Wine Wednesday. If you are new, I'm Allie from A Glass After Work. Thanks for joining. Today I am sharing with you an impulse buy. I saw this wine, Death Metal Red Volume 6 at Whole Foods for $9 and I thought, I have to buy this. I love unicorns. I have loved unicorns since I was a little girl. When I was growing up, there was a big thing about making sure that you had a safety password so that if some adult came to pick you up that you weren't expecting, they had to know what your safety password is. And mine was unicorns, right? So as a little kid, I loved unicorns. As an adult, my favorite face mask, beauty face mask is BioBell's #unicorn glow. Like I love unicorns. So, and I love the color purple. It's my favorite color. So when I saw a purple unicorn on a wine bottle, I couldn't resist. So, the back of the bottle has very little information on it. It's a 2015 wine and it's a red wine, but it doesn't say what grapes make up that blend. It doesn't really say much about where it's from other than it's from Spain. So I did a little bit of research and here's what I know. Besides the fact that it's $9 and I bought it at Whole Foods, WX Imports is exclusively the importer for Death Metal Red. They are also exclusively the importer for Whole Foods, which explains a lot as that's where I bought it. I also learned that because it says that the grapes were selected by Lauren Rosio, I then went and Googled his name. Blue Apron also uses one of his wines, and the wine that they use though is actually a white. On there, I learned that he is a winemaker, a viticulturist, and one of the foremost enologists in Spain. He also does have his own small boutique winery, and he uses a lot of interesting agricultural techniques, including using a Roman plow and horses because he doesn't want to use a tractor to compress the soil. I don't know how much any of that actually has to do with Death Metal Red since it doesn't say that the grapes are coming from that winery, Sedia Winery, but I thought it was interesting information about the man who picked the grapes to put into this wine. So that's what I know about this. With that, why don't we give it a taste? So you can see that the wine is a kind of medium to dark ruby with a little bit of garnet happening in there. There's definitely a lot of alcohol on the nose. It's mostly dark fruit, so plums, black cherries. Definitely getting a little bit of smokiness in there, some cedar. Maybe the hint of some cinnamon, some baking spice. Not a lot though. All right, why don't we give it a taste? Cheers. So this wine is medium bodied, I would say medium tannins, and super high alcohol. There's not a lot going on. Some cherries, some plums, but not a lot. Still getting some of that smoky characteristic mixed in, maybe with the hint, slightest hint of baking spice, but not nearly as much as there was on the nose. I mean, honestly, this wine's okay. For $9, I'm not sad I got it. But with something that has a unicorn on the label, I expected it to be a little more magical than it is, and it's definitely not magical. I think it would be a fine pizza wine. You're looking for a inexpensive wine after work, screw taps, easy to open. You're not going to be blown away, but you're not going to think it's disgusting either. If there's nothing else, and this is in your price range under $10 mark, because that's where you're going, you can definitely get this. If you see something else, that might be a better option. I will say I'm not going to get this wine again. It's not that great. I'm going to finish the bottle though. I'm not going to dump it. So over the next day or two, we'll drink it. We're having turkey for dinner tonight, some leftover roasted turkey. I think it'll be fine with that. So, yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but it's what you get for buying an unknown wine for $9 at Whole Foods, right? I'd love to know though, what do you think of buying wine by the label? Do you ever get tempted, and do you ever do that? Or do you try to be a little more traditional in how you buy your wine, looking at the labels, figuring out what the grapes are, and going with it that way? Love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I thought I would let you know, in case you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and you should, I just recorded my first podcast. I was a guest over on the Swirl Suite podcast. I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago that we were going to collaborate on a project about talking about kosher wines. So we finally did that this past week. It went live on Tuesday. It's very exciting. So thank you to the ladies of Swirl Suite, Tanisha and Sarita in particular. It was great talking with you guys. If you are a podcast listener, you can find the Swirl Suite on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts, but I'll be sure to leave a link in the description so that you can also find it over there. Definitely check that out. And with that, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate those. If you aren't already a subscriber, you can do that by clicking on the icon right there or on the subscribe button down below. But don't forget, also click on that bell so it will notify you when I upload a new video, which is going to be every Wine Wednesday. And if you're looking for a recommendation, you can find one right there. Thanks for joining, and have a happy Wine Wednesday. Cheers!